Welcome to TV Africa News. Hope you had a beautiful day. This is Africa Today. My name is Nahawe Kajura. Let's first have the headlines.
In Africa Today, President Museveni sends warning to those planning to cheat or cause violence in the coming elections. Guinea starts the vaccination of COVID-19. Presidential candidate Henry Tumukunde campaigns in Toro and Chotera districts. And in sports, Uganda Cranes is playing Cameroon ahead of Chan tournament.
The President of the Republic of Uganda, His Excellency Yoweri Kaguta Museveni, has cautioned the opposition candidates who are eyeing different political seats in the 2021 elections to desist from the misconduct in the remaining weeks to the polling day. The President also warns those planning to cheat or cause violence to stop it. Let's have more of the story.
Indiscipline and criminality of some of the opposition groups, which resulted in the serious riots and violence of the other month. We cannot allow the revolution of the people to be destroyed by crooks. So therefore, I appeal to everybody concerned, please, in the remaining weeks, excel in conduct. Don't excel in misbehavior. Try good behavior. I've been campaigning I was campaigning for 2 months. I never held a single rally. Nor did I stand up in the car to wave, to show myself how beautiful I am, how handsome I am. Even when people gather, I just wave them from inside my car, and I come and I talk through the radio. I have not held the right now to talk to you. I'm sure many of you are listening to me. If you have got something to say, why can't you say it in a safe way like I'm now here talking to you? So please, I appeal to you. It is safer for you to behave well in the remaining 2 weeks so that we have got good elections. Don't be tempted to think that you are too clever, because we are here. And we are here with our historical mandate and with the popular mandate. And we shall not tolerate anybody to mess up Uganda.
The independent presidential candidate who also served in the ruling government as a minister, General Henry Tumukunde, believes that Ugandans have the capacity to remove the President of Uganda, His Excellency Yoweri Kaguta Museveni, in power peacefully if they vote wisely. General Henry Tumukunde was addressing a rally at Chotera in Greater Masaka and promised to develop this region by extending services to the people. Let's have more of the story.
nga mwagala kulimiramu omuceere gwammwe muluddewo nga musaba ekyapa nga tekijja, nze nja kubawa meeza kasita mumpa gavumenti nja kubawa meeza. Ekyokubiri, mwe mulimira omuceere Uganda yonna naye amagoba matono. Tujja kwetaagisa tunoonye ebyuma tuweereza abantu abasobozigamu abato, mutandika okupakira bulungi omuceere namwe mugutunde ku bbeeyi etali ya bulijjo. Tujja kwogera n'abo bekikwatako basobole okubaweereza omusaala ogubasaanidde. Naye nga tetunagendeyo yonna, tujja kuleeta factory ezaffe. Yes, lwakuba buli factory yonna eri wano si ya muntu waffe. Tujja kumakinga sure nti omuntu waffe naye asobole kukola emirimu gyammwe egibasaanidde ate gye mulimira ne mukolera ennyo. Ekirala ekituufu agende nakyo.
Dr. Cyprian Kizito Lwanga has cautioned parents, especially the mothers, not to forget their responsibilities, just like Mother Mary did. He said this during the Mass of the New Year at the Lubaga Cathedral, which many dignitaries, including the politicians, attended. Let's have more.
I encourage you to pray through Mary, our mother, and the Mother of God every day to promote peace in our families, to promote peace in our parishes, and also to promote, especially Omukama aberenga atuwaki aberenga atuwa emirembe bonna bekikwatako badangi tukolera kyayo kyonna okujjako ki okujjako emirembe egyo eginatusobozesa okweyagalira mu nsi yaffe eno ate n'okutambuza obulungi obulamu obwo Omukama bwe yatuwa. Era mu kiseera kye kimu Omukama abakiza amaaso ge bannanga bagirira ekisa. Ate n'ekisembayo Omukama abakyusiza amaaso ge abawe emirembe, ate emirembe egya namaddala.
Africa is the origin of humanity.
1776 in Germany, European leading scientists sat together. At the time they knew that humanity started in Africa at the foothills of the mountains of the moon.
Africa is the origin of high technical civilization.
We are noble Europeans. We cannot colonize Africa, which created a civilization like that of ancient Egypt or ancient Ethiopia. No! So what do we need to do? We need to demonize the African, to say that he has no soul and he actually never created a civilization, but we have a problem.
Because of white domination, everything has been changed, leading to black inferiority and self-hate. To reclaim what was ours and get back on top, join Dr. Chiurankuba in the Restorationist series Wahene Mesu, showing on TV Africa Channel 45 every day at 9 p.m. Awarded for their contribution towards African liberation. Join the great men and women of Africa in Heroes Clips.
Mwalimu Nyerere was at the forefront of the most pressing issues for Africa at that time, the liberation struggle.
If in order to attain my ideals, I have to shoot back at that man.
And even I am still fighting for the whole black people all over the world.
Every day at 9:30 a.m. exclusively on TV Africa Channel 45.
The presidential candidate, General Henry Tumukunde, who stands as independent in 2020 presidential general elections, promised to revamp the residents of the area from poverty if they vote for him. Let's have more of the story.
Kwange nyonyo kubasanga nga muri wano mukurike Christmas ate nga sineerabira njagala kubagaliza omwaka omupya ngaluliwe mwawagira kichenji ne muwagira Besigye ne mukoro omuntu munene nandi basake muwagire kati sobole kutwala Uganda mu maaso. Kituufu esawa yeno sincha sirulala yeno mbadde mbasaba mwerowooze konyo musobole okukuba akalulu nga mukubira enkyukakyuka nga temubuusabuusa. Ekirala bingi ebizenga bibabuulirwa bano ndi wa bujulizi enale munagirimu nnyo naye nga byonna manyi nti bya mboozi byakubanyumiza manya emyoka manya kagira otya buli taamu enapya byejja nabyo nga tebiina binene kyebitegeeza okujjako kubagumbaza mulyoke mukube akalulu enkya bakubuuze kyewakubira nga tokyakisobola. Te ngamba bwe nti mukube akalulu kano nga kansonga nga kakyenji nga katutwala mu maaso nga katubuusa olutindo luno lwe tuliko ne tugenda ku lutindo olulala. Bamuzeeyi mbalaba mutunula nnyo ng'oyo andi kumpi naye ekituufu kiri nti teri kyotamanyi ate omanyi nti ndi wa bujulizi siina kyentamanyi bwe nkugamba kisoboke nange tusabe ekyange okirowoozeko nnyo lwakuba ndi wa bujulizi nnyo okusinga abalala bonna b'omanyi.
That 2020 will always remain in the memories of many Ugandans due to COVID-19 pandemic and its effects. Many people have lost their beloved ones, but also on the side of business, the traders are lamenting. Our reporter visited some traders in the city, and this is what they have to say. It was on the 20th of March 2020, Uganda declared the existence of COVID-19 in the country, and the President of Uganda, His Excellency Yoweri Kaguta Museveni, announced the lockdown where all people were forced to stay home. Some people thought that this will take a few days, but unfortunately, till then, some businesses like bars, musicians are still under lockdown, not sure of when they will resume. During the lockdown, almost all businesses were shut down, and few who deal in essential services like food, health, insurance, and among others were left in the operation. This affected many traders, especially those who had acquired loans, because they could not finance them even when the lockdown was released. Traders say that even during festive seasons where they could make more sales, they were unable to make it, since almost all Ugandans are crying and lamenting of poverty, that they have no money since they have not been working and others were cut off. However, Mr. Haruna Muyingo, who deals in agriculture products, denies this, saying that his side of agriculture, they just have seasons for sales, as he explains.
Ebyobulimi batuta twasigala tukola covid yatutataganya era tubadde tukola bulungi nnyo ge maduka agamu president ge yakkiriza okugulawo omusolo mu buli ngeri gulina otutataganya omusolo gugwo mungi ku birime batugamba ku birime tekuli musolo naye bw'otuuka ali ku boda malaba ffe abaleta container era batucharginga kumpi miliyoni nga 12 container emu bwe bityo.
COVID-19 has not been the only problem that is affecting traders, but also the executive body, KCCA, that is chasing them out of the streets and confiscating their products, and also being taken to Luzira prison, including the false taxes and VAT. However, the question remains, if the situation remains continuous, what ruling party appears on course to retain the presidency, as partial results released Thursday showed candidate Mohamed Bazoum holding a big lead over his competitors. Let's have more of this story.
Qu'ils règlent leurs problèmes. Eh bien, ni les étrangers, ni la Cour constitutionnelle ne remplaceront le peuple.
Niger's ruling party appears on course to retain the presidency, as partial results released Thursday showed candidate Mohamed Bazoum holding a big lead over his competitors. With 156 out of 266 electoral districts counted, Bazoum had crossed the 1 million vote mark with his closest rival. Mohamed Osman was in second place with 425,000 votes, the Independent National Electoral Commission said. The former Interior Minister in President Mahamadou Issoufou's government is aiming for a first-round victory, something that has never happened in the country. Bazoum, who had benefited from the electoral machinery of his party and the state, promised to focus on security and education, especially for the young girls. Niger is notorious for child marriages, with a fertility rate of almost 7 children per woman. It is the country with the highest fertility rate in the world, followed by only Mali. One of the main challenges for the next president will be to curb militant attacks that have killed hundreds of people since 2010. and caused about 500 refugees and displaced persons to flee their homes, according to the United Nations. Affected by extremist violence, extreme poverty, and climate change, Niger is looking to achieve its first ever democratic transition, with Issoufou handing over power after the end of his 10-year tenure.
Depuis 30 ans, à laquelle je ne suis pas candidat. C'est aujourd'hui un jour spécial pour moi. C'est aussi et surtout un jour spécial pour le Niger. Pour le Niger qui va connaître pour la première fois de son histoire une alternance démocratique.
En termes de sécurité, de protection sécurité physique et de protection sécurité sanitaire. Nous souhaitons que les électeurs détenteurs de la souveraineté.
Nahawe Kajura, Africa Today. Countries in Africa have begun testing the vaccine for COVID-19 in regards to stop the high rate at which this disease is spreading and killing people around the continent. Let's have more of the story.
Guinea is one of the countries that have been affected with the high rate of COVID-19. According to the statistics, in June, 13,722 have been confirmed infected, 13,141 recovered, and 81 have so far died. With these shocking statistics caused the authorities in June to begin testing the vaccine got from Russia. Government officials were the first to receive the Sputnik V vaccine at the vaccine center at Conakry. Russia announced the Sputnik V vaccine back in August after it had completed the phase of trials under 1,000 volunteers, raising concern from scientists among the international community.
We have ordered 2 million doses from Russia to be able to vaccinate vulnerable people, and we have also placed orders in the People's Republic of China. All that in order to show the commitment of the government to go onto the offensive to use this latest strategy that served us well during the Ebola outbreak.
According to Dr. Sekowa Keita, the director of the National Health Security Agency, the government has ordered 2 million doses from Russia to vaccinate the vulnerable people. The National Agency for Health Safety also communicated that the country will assess whether to extend the vaccination to other regions after the pilot phase. For TV Africa News, Nalgo Muyingo reporting.
In our sports today, Uganda Cranes is playing Cameroon in a pre-CHAN tournament ahead of finals that is kicking off on the 16th of January 2021 at Yaoundé, Cameroon.
The Cranes jetted into Cameroon on Tuesday morning this week and have since conducted 2 training sessions in the build-up to tomorrow's match against the Intermediate Lions, named for the Cameroon national football team of home-based players. Both training sessions were held at one of the reserve grounds outside the complex of the main stadium that will host the opening and final match of the 2020 Total CHAN. The organizers have managed to get clearance to use the Stade Ahmadou Ahidjo for the pre-CHAN mini tournament. With 25 players at his disposal in camp and all injury-free, head coach Jonathan McNistry is taking every advantage to fine-tune his squad. However, he knows the kind of test the 3 teams will provide to his players before they start negotiating the journey to Douala for the start of the CHAN tournament. McNistry cautions players to be vigilant and keep the consistency, since their opponents, the North Africans, have no good records in the CHAN tournament. The participating teams include Cameroon, Uganda, Zambia, and Niger. Uganda is opening up today with Cameroon at 8 p.m. East African time. However, the final tournament for CHAN will kick off on 16th January at Yaoundé, Cameroon. For TV Africa News, Nalgo Muyingo reporting.
It is high time. I wished you a happy 2021. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel, and we shall keep updating you.
This is Africa, and that was the news.